Welcome back to War Thunder Weekly News. This week we got two major stories, the Naval CBT release and Xbox release. Hit that subscribe button. Let's get into it. First up with the Fleet CBT, coming in with a trailer and a Q&A trying to explain to us exactly what's going on. As is CBT Closed Beta, only if you buy one of the naval packs are you allowed access. And currently the mode is, well, very beta. Glitchy in many areas, the grind is awful, the tech trees are limited, certain aspects of ships aren't functioning correctly. So if you do buy in, note it is very much a beta. Some of the known things about this beta is that there will be a progress reset when open beta starts. When this happens, all progress will be reset except for crew skill points unless they change the crew skill. If you spent Silver Lions or Golden Eagles on anything that you can, that will also be refunded. Although, Silver Lions spent on repairs and ammo will not be refunded. And currently you can basically not spend Golden Eagles on anything in the CBT. You can't boost research or purchase modules, or even buy camouflages. Well, there are no camouflages. Can't even make custom camouflages. We got an explanation on why the tech tree looks so weird and how it's supposed to work, as they want you to be able to quickly get to the type of vehicle you want to, while still requiring you to get through just about everything. There are little connections in between each rank. To get to rank 2, you need like 4 rank 1 ships, but you get to rank 3, where the destroyers lie, you only need 2 or so rank 2 ships, and to get to rank 5, it's the same, you only need 2 of the prior rank. It's interesting. Personally, I wish they kind of backseated most of the gunboat gameplay and went more solely with a usual tech tree and larger ships. Currently, there are only 4 ranks, although they do talk about how they do plan to add larger vessels, which will probably be rank 5, and God knows what will be rank 6 if we ever get one. The way rewards work also has changed up, as it now is counted on how much damage you do to the enemy vessel and not just killing them. Though you do get a bonus if you take the final hit on them. Therefore, War Thunder is now officially a MOBA. With the tech trees being available to those in the CBT, I've noticed, and a few others, that there are certain boats missing from the leaked tech trees. The US one seems to have everything there, but the VS8 hydrofoil mine layer premium seems to be missing, along with the K2 sloop. Along with other ships that didn't appear in the intro trailer, there was actually quite a few. Most notably was the Akizuki class destroyer for Japan, although Japan doesn't have a tree yet, and probably not for a while. So that's not too surprising, but there was also an Italian CRDA 60T torpedo boat, and this other vessel that I couldn't identify, though definitely doesn't look like anything that's currently in the tree. There's possibly more vessels in the trailer that people haven't identified, but I couldn't find any more. Because this is beta, there's been annoyances every step of the way. Research is slow, gameplay is sloppy, maps aren't very good, game loads are really just tank game modes. What is bothering me the most is they decided to indeed make it so fire extinguishers and repair kits need to be researched before you can use them. And this is very much unacceptable. In the concept of tanks, it's nowhere near as bad, as it is really annoying and stupid. There, at least you have armor. If you get shot, that's a consequence of you making a mistake, and you're paying for it. Didn't check your corners, didn't take note of a certain enemy, didn't angle correctly, you get shot, and now you're suffering the consequences. On ships, being shot is part of the gameplay. It's what happens when you see an enemy. Is they shoot you and you shoot back. There is no way to not take damage. You will be set on fire and you will be damaged. Not being able to repair or put out those fires is kind of like as if you had to research armor for a tank. Many times have I been playing one of the slower, larger ships, and even some of the smaller ones, and a enemy airplane comes by, shoots me, I get set on fire from the point where I spawn, and because the fire burns up your engines, you can't move, and you're just slowly dying. And there's nothing you can do about it, and there's hardly any way to prevent it. It is baffling that Gaijin thought they could have this fly again. And it kind of shows a bit that they assumed that boats were really just floating tanks. They're not floating tanks. You can't treat them the same. Seriously, give us some better game modes. The other major news was the Xbox One release. Anticipated by many on Xbox and me as well, as it will give War Thunder a large boost in the number of players. Gaijin unfortunately decided to not do it so well. As we have all known, they're getting the exclusive MX-1 Chrysler, but that's not the only exclusive they're getting, as they also get the USS Benyon and the much anticipated Marines F4U-4B, which had been spotted in the game files quite some time ago. I've said my piece on exclusive before, and I'll say it again. It is companies needlessly punishing players for not playing on their system, and it is very anti-consumer. Oddly enough though, Gaijin has decided to say that the M5A1 5th Canadian Armor Division is also an exclusive. I can guarantee you it's not, as I have one. It's an alright tank. It's really just a copy of the M5A1, but it has a cool camo and it gets some decals. Xbox players can, of course, play with PC players, but not PS4 players, as PS4 doesn't want to play with anyone, though it requires for the Xbox player to turn on cross-network play. When playing cross-network, Xbox players will receive a caret in front of their name, opposed to what the PS4 players get to show what they are. You can also easily spot them by their exclusive vehicles. Now, when the MX-1 was first released, back when the patch dropped, it kind of killed US teams a lot. They got flooded with players who weren't used to top tier, and they had gotten a top tier tank, not the best top tier tank, but a good one, so long as you play it correctly. Now is essentially the second wave of new players playing on the top tier tank, but this time it's completely new players for the most part on a whole new system. So even if they have been used to playing on PC, playing on Xbox controller is much different. So top tier US teams are pretty awful. I've been playing a lot lately because I wanted to get the Type 90, which I did. And anytime you're paired with the US, unfortunately, there's a high chance of you losing. Another issue with the Xbox release is that it's not actually free to play on Xbox. Currently, they plan to have it be free to play in the future, but they didn't really give a date, and they said later this year, which is kind of concerning. So, how do you get in? You buy one of these packs. There are 3 packs that you could buy. The War Thunder Early Access Starter Bundle at $20, which comes with the M5A1 5th Canadian Armor Division, the Thatch's F2A1 Buffalo, Premium for 15 days, 2,000 Golden Eagles, 120,000 Silver Lions, a title, and a hat decoration. For $60, the price of a full-fledged game, you can get the M5A1, Thatch's Buffalo, the Chrysler MX-1, the F4U B4, Premium for 45 days, 5,000 Golden Eagles, 120,000 Silver Lions, 3 titles, and 3 decorations. And for $99.99, you can get all the other things, but also the Fletcher class USS Benyon, 7,000 Golden Eagles, also 1 more title and 1 more decal. Find it very excessive that Gaijin's asking such high prices for what's supposed to be a free-to-play game and not even offering the free-to-play aspect yet. It's weird. Starting 2 days ago and ending on the 16th of July is an event for the World Cup. Essentially, you can complete 3 tasks per day. Each task gives you a soccer ball. 2 soccer balls give you a nation's soccer ball, a ball for each nation competing in the World Cup. If you have the soccer ball of the winning nation, you get a special trophy decoration. The challenges aren't too hard, especially if you play in realistic. The one that might be a bit of a gripe is to get the 2,000 score in a game, although if you play naval vessels, that's practically every game, unless you do incredibly awful. The other one is to get 12 kills in RB or 24 in AB, and the other one is to get 5 victories with 60% activity. So pretty easy if you ask me. If you don't have naval access and you want to get the 2,000 score, I would suggest bombing an arcade, because you can easily bomb not bases but ground targets, or shoot them with a P-47, and bammo, you're gonna get 2,000 score pretty easily. An issue is that you get the country balls randomly, and you can get duplicates, and they're supposed to be able to be traded on the market, although that's not open yet. But when it is, what's going to happen is as countries are expelled from the World Cup, and especially when it's the final 2 facing off at each other, those in particular balls, their price on the market is going to skyrocket, while teams that have lost out their balls were going to have a dramatic price drop. And I believe you can't actually get every single ball if you just go at it normally, or at least there's a very low chance that you do. At face value, the event doesn't seem too bad, but thinking about it a bit, it's kind of Gaijin creating a gambling rink for who's going to win World Cup, as money is going to be exchanged to get these balls, and of course the ones to get the special trophy decoration, that ball is going to go up in price, and Gaijin gets a little cut of every transaction that happens. I'd say don't get too into it. Either collect balls if you wish, or sell them all on the market and hope for a profit, and don't stress about it because it will boil your brain. If you do plan on trying to get the cup, I'd say to look for Germany or France. From my very little understanding of soccer, I hear that those countries are pretty good at winning World Cups. Oh, excuse me, football. As a final story, this was snuck into the changelog, and it was actually kind of a bigger deal than you would think, but also isn't too much of a big deal. They changed a thing in the economy, and now if you are in a vehicle of a higher BR and you kill an enemy vehicle of a BR that is lower than 1.7 of yours, the silver lion reward will be reduced. Now you might be thinking, oh, that makes sense. Easier to kill tanks, shouldn't get as much. But currently, there's people have been having quite a few issues with the way the economy's been going in War Thunder, and this is kind of a rude gesture. Now here's why they're doing it. And I can tell you exactly why. I don't have any insider information, but I can tell. With the influx of people buying into top tier via the MX-1, they don't have any other vehicles to take in. So they're using whatever vehicle they had prior. And that creates a lot more easy to kill vehicles than there are usually on the battlefield. Which means for the other nations who aren't US, there's a lot of chances to get easy silver lions. It's no surprise this just happens to come up with when the MX-1 apocalypse is happening. Anyways, that's all the news for now. I have a Discord, by the way. If you want to get bits of news throughout the week, I commonly post there. There's also plenty of other friendly people. Or if you just want to talk to me, I'm there as well. If you've enjoyed this video, hit the like button. If you did not like the video, don't hit the like button. If you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. I make these news videos every Sunday. I make random videos throughout the weekend. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day.